I can hear you.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hey, guys. Speech. Don't judge me. So, Rob,
Yes,
my
sir.
little brother.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to apologize in advance. I'm a little nervous, but I was a little nervous before I met Alex for the first time as well. Actually, a little scared because anybody that would deal with this guy couldn't be normal. Anyway, RJ and I originally met in Georgia before he moved to Texas, where he and Alex met. And we stayed in contact. We visited very often, but one day they decided to visit together, and that's when I knew things were getting serious. And to my relief, she actually exceeded my expectations. I didn't know you could pull that off. She's genuine, wholesome, beautiful, and I actually remember being on FaceTime with him a couple of months ago. You were in the background trying on makeup styles, and nothing you did. There's something wrong with everything you did, but you turned out perfect. I didn't know you could pull that off, but you did. You found one, buddy. Something so unique in this world, and I'm proud of you. So after getting to know Alex, I was actually now a little scared for RJ. I didn't think he could keep her. But he did it. Here we all are. I'm proud of you again, Alex, and I'm now happy to kind of pass him off to you so you guys can finish your lives together. I guess what I'm really saying is I'm thankful to have someone else to share the responsibility of raising you with. So, when times are good, I hope you guys recognize and appreciate them. When times are hard, I hope you fight for each other. I have lots of hopes that we can actually all grow old together. So, we met when you were 18 years old, man. Different time, different place. Been through a lot of good times, a few bad, but I appreciate you for having me here for one of your best. Of course. So, if everyone could join me in raising a glass to the beautiful couple. You guys last forever. Cheers! Cheers! Family, I'd like to thank you in advance for dealing with us in the years to come.
Okay. All right. Good evening. I'm Amber. I'm the maid of honor and one of Alex's best friends. We met before we began our freshman year of college at Baylor, and we instantly became best friends. I hadn't opened up to someone as quickly as you, and I'm so glad that I did. Over the last 7, almost 8 years. Sorry.
You need to cry for me.
We both cry too easily. I've witnessed you prioritize everyone else's happiness, but today we get to honor yours. The truth is, everyone in this room is better for knowing you, Alex. You love so deeply, selfishly, and unconditionally. I still remember the day that we moved into our dorms, and your dad trusted me enough, even though he had just met me, to ask me to take care of you and make sure that you were safe. And if you know Jimmy, you know it's impossible to turn down his request. And I've done my best throughout the length of our friendship to make sure that I did just that. So naturally, whenever Alex and RJ first started dating, I was really skeptical of him. And he would be able to show her the love that she deserves. But in just a short amount of time, he proved my doubts were wrong, and I know that RJ is the best partner for Alex because I've seen her mirror all her best traits. No matter what may come your way, your combined patience, resilience, and love will make you an unstoppable team. Here's to the happy couple.
Cry a lot.
This will be interesting. Sorry, you can't understand.
Want a tissue?
Yeah. That is what we call acting. Okay. Obviously, Alex and I, we have a 7-year age gap. It's very big. Like when she was, 14 and starting high school, I was 7 years old, which is pretty big. It's hard to get really close with someone when the age gap is so big. We never had much of a chance to be really good friends growing up, to get to know each other more, because it was hard. But I can tell you, growing up, that Alex was always the best older sister I could ask for. Guys, my heart is breaking. remember I was in elementary school and I got to watch a little bit of a scary TV show, which never happens. And I felt so grown. But when I went to go to bed, I was having like the worst nightmares I could possibly have. Everyone was asleep except when I opened Alex's door, she was awake. She let me sleep with her that night and even set an alarm for me to wake up for school. She did so much for me. She took me to the park, she drove me around. I was the first sister to ride in the car with her when she got her license, by the way. And she showed me what it was like to live a life with God's light. But now as I've grown up, and she has too, I figured out that we have so much more in common than I originally had thought. I can't even see it.
Use the tissue.
We bond over funny TikToks and music, and she gets my humor while I get hers. I also remember telling Mom that I always look forward to her texting me during Olivia's games and us bonding over our strong opinions of how we would be better coaches. With all that said, Alex, you have had such an amazing impact on me, and I couldn't imagine having a better older sister than you. Now, my buddy. When I first met you, I played a soccer game and kind of got a minor concussion, so I don't really remember much of it. But I do know that you gave really good hugs.
Good job.
The next time I met you was when my mom and dad and I visited Houston, and we all went to play frisbee golf. That was the day I knew that you were the right person for my sister. The way you looked at her was like she was the only person in the world, and more importantly, the way she looked at you was like she couldn't imagine life without you. I can't imagine anyone else marrying my sister. I am thankful God that you are girl. What I want to say to you is to please take care of my sister and listen to her because us dolls are always right.
Hey.
Happy life. Yes. I love you both and I wish you all the best. Remember to always put God first. In Colossians 3:14 says, and over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them together in perfect unity. I love you guys. I left my drink over there.
So I'm the least talkative out of everybody. Well, actually, that's probably a lie. If you know me, I'm very talkative, but in front of a group, it's very difficult.
She's also the most easy to cry.
Yes. So, all right. Growing up, Alex and I were quite different. I was the argumentative, overly competitive, sensitive, annoying, immature third sister, whereas Alex was the mature, independent, intelligent, less argumentative. You may have something else to say about that, but patient and creative oldest sister. We didn't interact a ton growing up, but if you knew me when I was little, I would have stayed as far away from me as possible as well. As we got older and I finally decided to mature, I think Alex started realizing that I was kind of cool. Or maybe she felt bad for me. Either way, our friendship started flourishing her senior year of high school. Ultimately, what I've learned from Alex after all these years is she's way more competitive than she puts off. She's actually funny and thinks I'm funny, so we get along and we laugh a lot. She loves herself some New Girl and Harry Potter. She knows more about coffee and alcohol than I do about my major. She's grown into being a foodie. She's way more bougie now than we ever were growing up. Thank you, RJ. She has never taken a bad photo in her life.
Never.
She's obviously got a knack for interior design. I mean, all of the colors she did. She cares for people so hard, so much so that she can tend to be a people pleaser. And she's truly one of the most beautiful people I know inside and out. Now, for the first time I ever got to interact with Alex and RJ for a good amount of time was a couple of winter breaks ago with my now husband, Braden. After spending a week with them, I got to know a good bit about their dynamic. They balance out each other in the best ways. Alex just loves so hard, and RJ just knows how to reciprocate that love. RJ fits into our family so perfectly, and I couldn't be more thankful that the Lord has blessed me with such a wonderful brother-in-law. Yeah. RJ, sorry guys. I got the tissue. Thank you. Oh. RJ, you really got yourself a good one. Protect her, care for her, be patient with her. Lots of that. And ultimately keep God at the center of your marriage. With him at the center, things don't get easier, but they get so worth it because marriage is such a beautiful symbol and example of the love Christ has for us. Alex and RJ, I'm so excited to see where the Lord leads you in life. Remember that marriage is work. Loving someone is a choice that you must make day in and day out, regardless of whether you like them that day. Marriage is rarely ever 50-50, but most of the time you may find yourself putting in 70% while the other puts in 30, and that's okay. That means you're doing it right. I love you guys, and I want to leave you with 2 verses to carry in your hearts through the next chapter of your life. 1 Peter 4:8, above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. And Romans 12:10, love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. I love you guys. And cheers.
Siblings.
No, it's not all done.
Best for last. Let's go.
Don't leave.
Let's go.
Hello. I've had the privilege of knowing Alex longer than the 2 of them. But only by like 20 months, so for her, so it's cool. I've gotten to see her grow up into the beautiful person that she is today. When we were kids, I learned pretty quickly that we were not friends, and that's because she told me to my face. She was someone that I tended to not really understand. I was definitely the opposite of Alex. She was quiet, bookish, kept to herself, and I was the opposite of all of those things. But the one thing she's always been is loving, compassionate, forgiving, and the best big sister I could ever ask for. The only big sister that I have, actually. They have another one. So as we grew up, we became friends. She told me that too, in the car. And we found out that we actually complemented each other a lot more. We could connect through our love of books and music and alcohol. She was someone that I could be wholly and completely with myself without being judged, and that she would love me for who I am no matter what. Now, as some of you know, Alex and RJ have dated a long while before they got married, but I was actually the last person to get to meet them out of everyone here. Literally. So,
Because you didn't go to Texas. No.
They moved before I even got to meet him. So, but when I did, from the moment I met him, I knew 2 things. Number 1, that he was 100% perfect for my big sister, and number 2, he would 100% fit into our family. He's goofy, caring, adventurous, and dependable, which are all qualities that our family values. And I can tell you that he matched my sister completely, and that he was quiet, compassionate, loving, and forgiving to everyone around him. Their relationship is one that I look up to, and one where I could look at them together and see how much they care for each other. Stop crying. This is so good.
You can't look at her.
I've always wanted a big brother, and now I have one. And I can't wait to see the beautiful life that y'all guys create together. I can't read this. And I love you both to the moon and back. So welcome to our family. Cheers.
I am father of the bride, so fortunately got to know her longer than anybody.
But only like by 22 months.
She still wins. Yes, we are competitive, the whole family. Pretty bad. But first thing, thank you everybody for coming, especially those of you that family that have come a long way. It means a lot to us, it means a lot to them.
Dad.
You guys started it. It's hard to watch your kids cry, I'm sorry. So, thank you for coming. Ron, I thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Very appreciative. I have another brother, or another son, father of 4 daughters, so son number 2. Welcome to the family. You fit in well. She's my first. She's special. And I know you love her. And I'm very thankful for that. So, Alex, loving babe. Both of you work hard for each other. Because marriage is hard work. It's very rewarding, but it's hard work. And, it's something that you have to cherish. And even when you don't like each other much, you have to cherish. That's going to happen, trust me.
Hey, we're gonna say she'd say the same thing.
But, you know, you got to work through it and you got to be willing to. And it's very rewarding. And you just, you know, try to give each other a hug every day. And that's a big thing. And not a little, hi, how you doing? Really hug each other every day. But welcome to the family. We love you dearly. And take care of one another. Thanks.
This is Ida, and of course we are RJ's parents. So it's difficult for me because of course I've known RJ forever. And part of that is we've known all of his girlfriends.
Alex is the different, and I know the first time I met Alex. She's the one.
So when
Every day she's there for RJ.
okay, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, I gotta cry more.
Say something else.
Yeah,
Say more.
go.
So, what was shocking about the contrast, and I wondered about this for a while. Alex, she was so different, and I realized, you know, after months, years, she's exactly the same. They love people. They love you. They love animals.
They love Louie. They take care of my dog.
Anybody that could do that. They work hard. You know, and it's different generation to generation. It's something that my generation appreciates is the work ethic that you guys have. And you could see that to each other. That was the amazing things. And we look at them and we look out here, we see the friends. You guys, I've known many of you guys since you were just kids. I remember you. And the family. Oh my God. Could there be a better family?
Nope.
No, but not just the individuals, but the individuals you're each connected to. They just couldn't be more perfect. Lastly, we have to keep that little girl. You guys truly.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being
For driving that
this.
far.
Thank you for having her.
Yes.
Thank you for having her.
You know, we were
All
asking
the
those.
family.
We were going to ask him those questions. I remember when he was made.